Today, I'll be taking a look at DuckTales issue 11 from Dynamite Comics. It's written by Brandon Montclair, with art by Tommaso Ronda, and the main cover being done by Ivan Bigarella, but this variant cover being done by Tommaso Ronda. Dynamite's run on DuckTales has been pretty good overall, so we'll see how this issue will do. It picks up with Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie in the Klondike. This is also where we get the title, DuckTales, starring Uncle Scrooge with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Cold Hard Cash. Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie are trying to find a stash of lost gold. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are complaining, which Scrooge chastises them for. After coming across a cabin, Huey, Dewey, and Louie decide to have some fun and have a snowball fight, which they rope Scrooge into as well. A big gush of wind puts an end to their playtime, and they set back out to find the treasure. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are not convinced that they're going the right way, but Scrooge reminds them that he's been here before when he was young like them. And then once again, they hear the howl of the wind. We cut to the night where Huey, Dewey, and Louie at a campfire with Scrooge, as they're hoping that they don't run into a Sasquatch or get lost, or a number of other bad things happen to them, while Scrooge tries to reassure them. That's when they realize that they're being watched. A massive winged creature soars into the air while howling. Scrooge rallies the boys together to chase after the creature, where we get a fairly funny back and forth about the boys thinking it's too dangerous. But it turns out the place where the creature went is the exact same place they had been searching for, Frigid Ridge, and they end up sliding down a large passageway into the lair. They end up encountering a dragon-like creature sleeping on a massive pile of gold, which is very reminiscent of those old Tolkien paintings. As the boys pick up the wolf dragon's treasure, the creature awakens and blows them away with its ice breath. And just as the boys get captured, it looks like they're in a lot of trouble, Scrooge jumps in to save them. Scrooge ends up battling the creature, which ends up destabilizing the cave. The cave's about to collapse imminently. Scrooge makes a deal with the wolf dragon that they'll split the stash of gold 50-50. But the wolf dragon refuses. Scrooge can only keep what he can carry with his hands. So Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Wolfwing escape the collapsing cave. But since the cave was buried by the avalanche, the only gold left is what Scrooge was able to carry out himself, which was just a handful. And because a deal was a deal, Wing Wolf leaves. So the comic ends as Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie dig out the rest of the gold from the collapsed cave before Wing Wolf would return. And we get a tease for the next issue, which will take place underwater. I'd say that was a fun, standalone, self-contained little adventure. I definitely enjoyed that issue. The art was fantastic throughout. There's some really cool panel layouts. Everyone stayed in character. And you have the classic DuckTales twist, where the character using their smarts to win in the end. It would have been cool if they would have been able to flesh out the lore of the wolf dragon a little bit, but it's not a deal breaker. Whether you've been reading the entire series or this is your first issue, I recommend it. Till next time, see ya.